I know people only really care about Valentine's Day stuff up until Valentine's Day, and then after Valentine's Day they don't really care about it. So this might be a terrible idea. Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. I am spending the day making it all about me, you know, treating myself, showing myself a lot of self-love. And one of the things that I love to do most of all in my free time is spend time with plants. So today I'm just going to share with you some of the plants that have been showing me a lot of love over the last couple of months or so, and some of the plants that I am feeling a lot of love for. Got my pink Valentine's Day makeup, I got love heart earrings on, and a glass of pink gin and tonic. So yeah, let's just dive into it. The first plant that I want to share with you, and the first plant that has been showing me a lot of love over the last, well, really the last week, is my big Monstera Dylan, which has put out this beautiful big heart-shaped leaf. Like, look at it. Just in time for Valentine's Day. I was so sure when I saw this leaf growing that it was going to be fenestrated. As you can see, it's not. But given the size of this leaf, I am so sure that the next leaf is going to be fenestrated. Like, this was the previous leaf, which has been slightly attacked by caterpillars, and then this is the newest leaf, so it is definitely like jumped up a whole size. Yeah, I'm just so stoked that my Monstera has put out such a big leaf. Next plant that I have a lot of love for, I guess, at the moment is my Calathea White Fusion. The sun is starting to go down, so that's why all these leaves are up, but basically I've had this one for about 3 weeks now and it has not died, and that's really all I can hope for when it comes to this type of Calathea, because I have heard nothing but horror stories about them. The weather lately has been super humid. I think the humidity is like something like 70% right now, because we're building up to a storm. So we've had really hot, wet, humid weather lately, and I think it's been enjoying it. There are a few sort of crispy tips down here, but that was like it when I got it. So yeah, fingers crossed I can keep this one alive, but for the moment I am just so grateful that it hasn't died on me yet. The next plant that has been showing me an immense amount of love is my Hoya Lachinosa. Now, when I bought this, it was labelled as a Hoya Lachinosa Eskimo, which is a variety that has a lot of white speckling on the leaves. As you can see, it doesn't have much white speckling, so I suspect it may have been mislabeled. Although some of the ones back here have a lot of white speckling, so yeah, I don't really know what's happening there. But it has just put out so much new growth. Like, this new vine here, new vine here, this new vine, all of those new vines are really shot out in probably the last 2 weeks. Because it was sitting outside and got all the rain that we were having, which we had like record amount of rain. So this leads me to believe that in the growing season, when it's hot and humid, this Hoya enjoys a lot of moisture. I have it planted in, it's a very orchid mix. It's a very barky mix, like it's about 2/3 orchid bark. So it's very well draining to begin with, plus it's in terracotta and that will wick out moisture anyway. So yeah, I just don't think I was watering this one enough, but now that it has just been like constantly rained on, it has put out lots and lots of new growth. So the next plant I'll just show you is also a Hoya. It is this Hoya Singiai. And I love it for pretty much the exact same reasons as I love my Hoya Lachinosa. It has just put out lots and lots of new growth recently. Like, it doesn't look like it's a very full plant at the moment, but compared to how it was when I first bought it, it has definitely, like, I don't know, it's a very steady grower. I don't even have this in a very bright light situation. Like, it sits about 2 meters away from an east facing window and about 1 meter away from a south facing window, so it kind of sits in between the two. Doesn't get any direct light at all. Where it is, I would probably classify it as like a medium light situation at the very most, and it does just fine there, so it hasn't really lost any of its variegation at all. I forgot to mention this is the variegated variety. An absolute delight to take care of. When I first got this plant, it was not trailing over the side of the pot at all. That was probably maybe about 6 months ago. This is what it looks like now. This is my Pilea glauca. I never know how to pronounce it. Commonly referred to as the Pilea silver sprinkles. It is a gorgeous plant. Like, where I have it sitting, which is just like on the bookcase behind me, I know it does not get enough light. Most of this growth occurred while I was overseas, because I had put it outside in a position so someone could easily take care of it, where it got like direct morning light, and it went crazy. Like, but it's got like beautiful red stems, which really contrasts with like the blue, green, silver leaves that it has. It is, yeah, a really stunning plant. Surprisingly very easy to look after, very drought tolerant. Like, I forget to water this plant so often and it does just fine, but then like the last couple of days when it's been raining all the time, I'll sit it outside and it has been, you know, drenched for several days in a row, and it has also done just fine. So it's a very, very tolerant plant and just a quick grow when you give it in the right conditions. So this special type of gin, it's like blue, it's like a dark royal blue, and then when you add tonic water in it, it turns pink. Very much suits my like basic white girl needs. Oh, okay, next plant. This is not one that is showing me a lot of love, but I have a lot of love for it for one particular reason. It's because this only cost me $4. This is a black Pagoda lipstick plant, so one of the ones with the dark backing. Botanical name for it is Aschenanthus. I don't know what the species name is, but I know the genus it's in is Aschenanthus. Yeah, I have like not seen any lipstick, well, I've seen like the plain green lipstick plants, but I have not seen this black Pagoda lipstick plant in any nursery, like any garden center, any Home Depot, oh my god, I'm sorry, any sort of homeware store. I haven't seen this at all. And then I went to one of my favorite ever nurseries last week beforehand, and they had a whole table of these and they were only $4 each, which for Australian standards, like, that's so good. Like, the cheapest plant I've gotten at like Bunnings, which is like our Home Depot, our Lowe's, is like $4 or $3.75, I think is the cheapest plant I've ever gotten. So for $4, that's insane. And for a plant that is not rare, but definitely not common on the Australian market yet. So yeah, to be honest, I never really had an inkling to buy a lipstick plant at all until I saw this one for only $4, and then I was like, you know what, now I want one. One last plant that I have a lot of love for, well, two more. This Peperomia, it was called Napoli Nights with a K. It is, I think, a new cultivar of Peperomia. I have not seen it at all before. I suspect it could possibly have a different name in America than what it does in Australia, because it's like a patented cultivar. But yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Beautiful like blue green leaves, and it's like the backs of them have like, it's got pink stems and the back of the leaves have that red backing. So kind of like the Peperomia rosso, but not the dark green leaves. So I have one more plant that I want to show you, and then I swear that's it, because I feel like this is going to become a very long video, and it doesn't really, there's no real theme to it. It's just me like, look at these plants I have. Last plant I want to show you is this Rapidophora Tetrasperma. Now if you live overseas with this is probably not exciting to you at all, because you probably see this all the time, but for me this is really exciting, because I swear this time last year these were going for like 50, like a plant this size was going for like $50–60 in Australia, which I mean is, yeah, way out of my budget. I actually only ended up paying $17 for this. It was labelled as a mini Monstera, which it's not a Monstera, it's a Rapidophora. Totally different genuses of plants. I have a big issue with people getting the genus of plants wrong. Yeah, I'll go into that in another video, I think. But yeah, I suspect it is a tissue culture, but I have never seen in person a non-tissue culture Rapidophora, so I can't tell what the difference is. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't really mind. I don't really care that it's a tissue culture. I'm just really excited to have this in my collection, and excited that I didn't have to pay like $50 to have it. Yeah. I only had this one for a couple of days, so still figuring out how to properly care for it, but yeah, just really excited to have this one in my collection. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day that was filled with lots of love. I'm very much enjoying today. Like, I spent a day just hanging out with my plants, taking photos of them, kind of seeing how much they've grown. I've got my nice G&T now. I'm about to go cook myself a beautiful seafood pasta, maybe have a nice chocolate dessert, and probably just binge watch Kath and Kim on Netflix. So yeah, I am having a really good day. I hope that you have had, I don't know when this video is going up. Yeah, I hope you've had a wonderful day. Yeah, I don't know when I will be posting next, but make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss a video of mine, if you like. Anyway. Hey guys, it's like 5 PM by the way, so it's totally an okay time to be drinking gin.